So, today I've come to the Roaches in the Peak District and I'm in the search of the first glimpse of the heather. I think it's starting to really show now, so I'm really excited. I've got a great day, although the clouds are a little bit less than I wanted. Clouds, hey, they never do what you want them to do. But what I'm hoping to do is get the sun going down and just the golden light over the heather, and what's better than that? So I'm looking for a composition further up here with maybe some of the great rocks around here, the Roaches and the distant hills, and then the sun setting and the golden glow. And hopefully I should get something great. So let's go. So I've just stopped here for a minute. I'm walking up to the hill up there behind me. But as I'm walking up, what I'm looking for is things that are going to set the foreground. Obviously I want to get this heather in, but there's a fantastic distant view over there which you can probably just see into the sun, but there's not a lot of clouds, so the scene's going to be predominantly foreground. I suspect a third, maybe even less than a third, is going to be sky. I'm going to get some golden glow, definitely. There's nothing on the horizon, so there's going to be some golden sun, and I want a lot of foreground. So what I'm looking for is something, as I'm walking up here, that will sort of anchor that foreground and lead the eye. Now obviously rocks are going to be good, there's going to be heather growing on the rock, but I'm also really intrigued by this path here. So this path, you can see, just sort of leads its way down, and as I go a little bit further up here, I think I'm going to get a really good sort of view of this going down into the heather and to the distant rocks over there. The sunset's over there, so it should cast some good light on it as well. So as I'm walking and preparing to shoot, I'm thinking about what I can shoot in the foreground as I go. It's windy, definitely testing my squirrel out now. I hope you can hear me. I'm just going to turn my back against the wind. So I've got a view over here which I'll show you in a minute, but I don't want to turn around because it's so windy. So what I've got basically is this heather here in the foreground. There's a road which sort of runs diagonally through the image, and this is a shot which is probably about 20 degrees to where the sun's going to set. The sun's still a good hour and a half off setting, but what I really like about this, and it's not really a sunset shot, it's just the light that's cast on the grass and the meadows and the long shadows from the trees looks really good. So no filters needed, I can balance it all really well. A dynamic range of the D810 is great, and actually I want the sky quite bright because it is bright. I don't want to darken it down by having an ND grad on it. Sometimes people overdo that. You see people with filters, whatever, they think I've got to balance the image. But the fact is, in reality, the image isn't balanced. You know, the sky is brighter, and sometimes images can look really, really good if you show that in the image. But obviously I've only got a tiny bit at the top of the image, but it just holds it all together. So I've got it set 30mm f9 ISO 100. Simple.
Stay too long. Now you're gone. We fell apart. You love somebody new, lost in your heart, baby. I'd really like to see you if I could turn.
So I've just been searching around and looking for some different angles for these heathers. I think I've got quite a good shot now. I've got the Roaches over there, which is this rock face. I've got some good clouds over there. The sun's going to go down over there, and the fields are really lit up. And I've got some really great foreground heather here. So I've got it on as wide as I can. It's 16mm, and it's just about getting that heather right at the bottom and making sure that it just looks right. Again, I've said it before, but getting it right in the corners is just so important. So I've checked my corners out. These grasses here really look great as well. They sort of really frame the image well. I probably crop it a little bit because it's going to be more square than landscape in the end. But the light at the moment is just too harsh. So what I'm going to do is, I've seen another shot from exactly the same position of a tree over there, and the way that the shadows cast on the tree. I said in my last video, stick with one composition, take it and don't look around everywhere. But it is tempting. Don't get me wrong, it's super tempting. So, but I think I've got a composition here. I need to wait for the sun to go down. So why not try some other shots? So I'm going to take the one over there of this tree just on its own. Okay, that tree that I was just talking about, it just looks absolutely fantastic. Now I think the sun is going to drop in some clouds, so I've got to be quick now. So I've got a wide angle location just back there, but I've just come to take this picture of this tree, and you can probably just about see it. I'm almost shooting into the sun. So what I'm trying to do when I'm shooting in the sun is I'm putting my hand about here to get rid of the haze, the sort of glare that you get from the sun on the lens. A lens cap's just not going to do that for me. I need to put my hand a long way in front of it. I mean, it's fairly simple really. I'm going quite tight in the tree. The background is just fantastic sun on the fields, and then there's just two sort of stone walls and a little bit of heather just at the bottom. It's absolutely amazing. So I'm going to take the shot, and then I'm going to take a wide angle shot that way with probably see that tree again, but it'll be a long way away. It'll be 16mm lens then. So I'm going to take this and then the other one. Okay, let's get going.
I'd really like to know you if I could turn back time. Lost in time. I was torn from.
The sun finally went behind that big bank of clouds behind me, which is pretty much as I expected. But I think there's a glimmer of hope that it's going to come out just at the bottom there, and if it does, then I'll talk to you through this composition, because if it does, it's going to be manic. So I've got my camera set up here, and then just down here you can see I've got some heathers just in the foreground, some nice grasses that'll catch the light, and then I've got a gorgeous sort of little clutter of woodland, clutter of trees down here, just small woodland, which will hopefully just catch the top of the light, and then it goes back into the distant valley over there. It really looks awesome. Now at some point, some climbers are just about to appear above the top of it, so I'm hoping that they don't appear just as I'm about to take a shot. So that was manic. I didn't follow my own rule today, which I actually said in the last video, ironically, and that is stick with a composition and wait for the light. I decided there was going to be a better composition on the other side of the hill. I found one. Thought, yep, it's much better, and waited for the light to come up through the bottom of the clouds, which I had about probably 3 minutes to take the photo, and the light didn't light up the heather, so it didn't really work. I got a good photo with the zoom lens, which I put them now, and as you can see, you know, that's good. The light was just spectacular, but it was more of a zoomed in shot, or I needed to catch some of that earlier light on the heathers, and I'd moved into a location where that light just didn't catch it. So it just proves that if I'd have stayed where I was, I would have got a better shot. But all in all, it's been a good night again. Great to be outdoors, and yeah, I'm looking forward to getting back and looking through what's going to be a very varied selection of photos. Thank you ever so much for watching again. I really, really appreciate it. So next week, or maybe the week after, I'm going to be doing a Q&A video. I've had a few people ask me a few questions, and I thought the best way to answer them is in a Q&A video. I may also talk about my gear in the same video. So if you've got any questions for me, then please post them in the comments below. Okay, so until next video, see you later, bye.